Hey everyone, has life ever been such a hot mess? Kind of like what you see in front of me right now. And this video is going to kind of be a hot mess. So this is kind of going to be a whip and chat, but not really a whip and chat. It's going to be like a whip and chat in the sense of I'm going to be working on just random stuff, and then it's going to go to a face-to-face because the last week or so has been really, really rough. And a lot of stuff has been going on. Your girl is okay, kind of. And I'm behind. And yeah, you guys are going to see this. It's November 3rd when you see this, but I'm still catching up on this. So, hey, you guys, it's Miranda from Diamond Painting with the Besties. I hope everyone's doing amazing. And if you're new, welcome to the channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back, you guys. If you're new, a whip and chat is where you are working on whatever it is you are working on, whether it's diamond painting or a craft or whatever. And I'm talking about what's going on in my life. And we're going to be talking about what's been going on the last week of my life, and kind of what the future is going to be holding, and some plans that I have. So for right now, what am I doing? What is this pile of stuff you see in front of me? Well, every year at Halloween, I always do goodie bags for everyone that I work with. And my friend Christy this past year was so kind and actually on her Cricut made the tags for me. And on the back, I'm just going to use my little label maker and put people's names on the back. Instead of last year, I kind of hand stenciled all those, and I wasn't going to be doing that again this year at all. So she helped me out, and I kind of messed these up, but basically I just used my little little glue thingy, and I messed this one up, as you can see. I'm kind of trying to wait till it dries out so I can do these ones, but I just tape the two together, and then these already had holes punched in them. So she did 60 ghosts for me and 60 kitty cats. Yes, Lucifer kitty cats. And so I'm kind of behind. So I told my friend Mark and my friend Eder to tell everybody at work that Halloween was going to be late this year, and I'm going to tell you why. So while you guys are working on your stuff, I'm just going to go, and hopefully it's not going to be too loud, and hopefully I don't mess these up. And I'm going to be punching holes in these so I can hopefully, okay. Well, that's kind of a large hole, but that's going to be okay. Oh my God. You guys, I wish you could see this. Lucifer is laying on his back. I wish you could see it. But anyway, let's get into it. All right, you guys. So why is Halloween late? So anyway, last Wednesday, the 25th, right? I was minding my own. God, this hole is so big, but it's going to make it so much easier for me to get the ribbon through it for everything. So anyway, you guys, last Wednesday, October 25th, your girl was minding her own business. I seriously was minding my own business, and I was leaving work. And on Wednesdays, I'm going to have to do one at a time. And on Wednesdays, I usually stay at Bryant's house. Now that Bella has a car and her license and a job and her own schedule, it's only fair because for 5 years or so, Bryant's always come and stayed at my house, and very rarely have I been able to stay at his house because I've always had, Bella to tote around and get to swim practice and all other stuff, right? So we kind of have a new little routine set up. So I'm leaving work, and I wanted to go to Save Mart because they have which is a grocery store out here, and they have a better seafood section than Vaughn's, even though I prefer the Vaughn's grocery store over Save Mart. But the Save Mart where Bryant lives is much nicer than the Save Mart where I live. Bryant and I live like about an hour away from each other. So anyway, I was out, at the red light out of work. So out of the parking lot of work, I made, a right. I was at the red light, made a left onto the street, and put my signal on as I do. Ooh, that one was kind of close. Made my signal as I normally do onto the next street. Made my signal to get into the turning lane to make it onto the next street. And out of nowhere, this freaking dude comes flying out of this other grocery store parking lot, you guys, like a bat out of hell. And I did everything. And I was not going that fast because, mind you, I had just come from a red light, and girl doesn't go fast at all. I'm never really in a rush. In the mornings I am, but after work I'm not. Comes flying out of nowhere, and when I say I did everything in my power to stop, I did, and hits me. You guys, I knew, when I knew that I wasn't going to be able to stop and he was going to hit me, I just shut my eyes. I just shut my eyes. I was like, oh my God. And yeah, and he hit me, and he hit me good. And I am so glad that I wear my seatbelt, and that thing locked on me. And I just stopped, and I looked up, and it was a mess. It was a mess. And he knew, right? He knew that he messed up. He knew he messed up. The look on his face, and his car was looked relatively new too. He had like a Chevy Equinox or a Chevy Trailblazer. I don't even think they make a Trailblazer anymore. So whatever it was. He knew. And like at first he didn't get out of his car, right? I did not get out of my car. I didn't even take my seatbelt off. My phone had flew down into the passenger thing, right? But my phone automatically called 911. Well, first it called, it says, you've been detected a crash. Do you want us to call? Well, it actually calls like whoever Mercedes has set up for the towing. And they were like, oh, call 911. So, but my phone had already done that for me. And I could barely hear her because my phone was all the way down on the passenger floorboard. And I was like, can you hear me? And she was like, yes. And she's like, do you need an ambulance? I'm like, probably. So anyway, this very, very nice gentleman had stopped, and he had like a safety vest on already, and he had like a utility truck, and he stayed. And thank God I was in the turning lane. I wasn't blocking no traffic, no nothing, and anything like that. And he stayed, and then the police department came, and the fire department came, and like on my elbow, my left elbow, I kind of had some rug burn. Like it was from like the leather, but it felt like rug burn. But I was like, damn, I'm like, my ankle hurts. Like my ankle is hurting. And I had my work boots, my steel toe boots on, and they're high. I was like, I need to go to the hospital. And so like, I did not get out of my car or anything and look at anything at all. Neither car was drivable. I guess the dude had gone and sat like on the grass or whatever. Like I didn't even talk to him. Nothing. And the ambulance came, took me to the hospital. Of course, I have Bryant and Brad as emergency contacts. So Brad is like, I finally was able to reach, pull my phone up from the cord. And I texted Brad because he's like blowing up my phone. And I was like, I'm fine. It's okay. And, oh, that one's a little close too. Oops. And, I've been texting Brian, and then like, let's, until you stop it, let's know the location. So when he get off work, he, met me over at the hospital and everything. And, oh, when they took my boot off, oh God, my ankle hurts so bad. I only got a couple pictures, I'll put like a picture up here of what my car looked like after I went to go look at it, where it was at. You know, they took care of everything as far as the tow, which I was kind of weary about because since I don't live up in that area, like I don't know where anything goes or anything like that. So the doctor at the ER, you know, they did x-rays. It wasn't broken. It was just sprained. So I was very, very happy about that. But I'm out of work for, you know, they said a week. So, you know, I let my manager know when I got back, and he actually had seen the aftermath of it because he had gone to the grocery store when he had left work as well. That night was absolutely horrible. Brian did everything to help me. And like, I couldn't even walk. Like I was crawling. I crawled up the stairs. I was scooching around. Like I couldn't even hobble, nothing. It was unbearable. They had given me like a Norco at the hospital and that didn't do anything, but I took one of Brian's Vicodin. And so at least the next day I was able to like hobble a little bit. Went and got a rental. They had given me a Volkswagen Atlas. Yeah, a couple days later I went and took it back up. And I'm like, oh my God, because now Brad came up early because I did have Brad's birthday party, which we will get into a little bit later. And that was amazing. Lucifer, yeah. And so you guys, it was just, I was like, oh my goodness, right? So I'm like out of work. Got my rental. Got all this other stuff done. My friend Erin, you know, she's amazing too, and she helped. Bella was amazing. She helped me a lot too. And Brad had come up. I had to suck it up really because I had to get a bunch of stuff done. And, you know, it took a little bit while. It still is tender, but, you know, I'm able to actually wear a shoe. But the process has been very, very stressful because I've had to depend on other people. You know, I do have a police report number. You know, all of that, everything is working, my insurance. I'm going to kind of go in chronological order instead of backtracking back and forth because that's just going to be easier for me and my thought process. So anyway, Brad came up and everything, and I'm definitely going to put a picture, you know, because I had like the most epic idea. So anyway, it was Brad's 40th birthday, and I literally was like, the party will go on. Trust me when I say though, that I was completely distraught. Those of you that know me very well know that I absolutely adore and love my car to no means. And I know it's just a car, but I spend a lot of time in my car, a lot of time. And my car is only 3 years old. Like that's it. It only had 34,000 miles on it. So I was just very, very upset. But my friend Erin, she went and picked up Brad's cake for me. And, you know, I was able to cook. I was able to do stuff. Brad helped me clean up and just, you know, get everything ready. And then, what else? So it was very nice. I was kind of bummed because more people, you know, people don't RSVP anymore. They don't. They really do not RSVP anymore. So, and then there were some that can't, you know, RSVP'd last minute saying that they couldn't come. So I was kind of bummed out about that a lot. So that was kind of upsetting to me as well. But what can you do? It was still a lot of fun. It really, really was. So that is that. All right, so I'm going to stop this because I am done. That went by a lot faster. So I am going to go and switch this around so we can do some face-to-face. And I might be able to concentrate a little bit more. All right, so give me a second. Alrighty, so here I am looking like a hot boo-boo mess. I don't even care. My bangs are so long. I need a haircut. Got my, of course, one of my favorite Cure shirts on. Sorry if I'm a little close. I can try and back up. But anyway, yeah. So I literally had come up with this most, excuse me, epic cake design for Brad, right? So his birthday party was an 80s themed. And of course, I'm going to go and like insert pictures throughout here. So you guys can see, because it's his 40th. So I had to make, I wanted to make his 40th like literally the best. So we're definitely doing an 80s theme, right? And so I made his cake like 80s. And I don't know what made me, I came up with the idea that instead of singing happy birthday, right? Because that's like boring and traditional, that we're going to play If You Were Here by the Thompson Twins, because that's the ending scene in 16 Candles, right? And that's what we're going to bring his cake out to. That's what I'm going to bring his cake out to, right? That's what we're going to do. So then, after a while, right, because my friend Erin had come over to help me kind of get organized and plan and make like a list of stuff we're going to get, right? After she left, I came up with like the most epic idea. So I literally was like screaming at the phone. I'm like, so I texted my friend Christine, and that's who was like making the cake for Brad, right? And I was like, girl, like, because she's got like that printer now to where she can put pictures, like the edible pictures. I was like, can you like put Brad's face on Molly Ringwald's body, like, and make it look, because Erin had like, let me back up. So Erin's like, oh, you should totally have Brad sit on the table. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm like, Christine, can you make it look like put Brad's face on Molly Ringwald's body to make it look like Brad is sitting across from Jake Ryan? Like, so Brad is having his birthday cake with Jake Ryan. And she's like, I totally can. I was literally like screaming. This is what it looks like right here, guys. So I didn't have a profile picture of Brad. So it literally looks like Brad is looking at us saying like, yeah, bitches, I'm having my birthday cake with Jake Ryan. Epic. Like literally the most epic idea. And then she outlined the cake with pink edible pearls, like to reference Pretty in Pink, right? Because even though they weren't pink pearls, Molly Ringwald wore pearls. Sorry, I'm all close up in your guys' face. I'm getting hot. Wore pearls to her prom. And sorry, we rearranged the kitchen table, which I like much better, thanks to my friend Erin. So you guys, everything was perfect. And then got this Blockbuster game too. Let me get it. Stay there. Now, I found this at Party City. Get this game. So, this game, right? I'm going to show you the back. So, anyway, it's a little confusing, but you've got two teams, right? So, I'm just going to tell you how it went down. So, there were two teams, right? So, you pick one person from each team to go head to head. So it was me and my friend Lisa's husband, Sam. And then you read a card. So the example they give you, So you read a card, like, and it's just like, an example would be like movies with dogs in them. And the first person to shout out a movie with dogs in it, like Lassie, and then you hit the buzzer, right? And then you just go back and forth with that until the person gets stumped. So then whoever was the last person to give out an answer, you win. So then you pick 6 cards and you look at these cards and you pick 3 of the hardest cards and you pass that to the other team, the person you went head to head with. So then there's 3 categories. There's a quote, 1 word, and then an acting out, right? So one of those cards you can only say 1 word from. One you have to do a quote from, and the third one you have to act out. And then you get like 30 seconds to do that. And there are 8 categories total. So whoever whichever team gets one of each category first, one of each of the 8 categories first wins. It was so much fun. So for instance, right, like the example they give you in the directions is the movie Shrek. So like the one word would be like, I would be like swamp, right? So what did I have? Oh, so like my quote, right, that I had was like, and Bryant didn't get it. And I was like, which I wouldn't think, but my friend Lacey was on our team, and like she was like right on the tip of her tongue, right? And she was like, I said, is that really a dead body? And that was like a quote from the movie Stand By Me. But then I have one of those little witchy like things. Let me get it. Hold on. So here's one of my little witch like Halloween decorations. So I took this off, right, to act out. And I turned it on. Of course, it's not turning on. So anyway, it's probably the other one. I turned it on and I just held it like this and it was glowing. And I just looked at it and Brent got it like that. Because it was Hellraiser, the glowing box from Pinhead. Because Hellraiser is like one of his favorite freaking movies, right? I'm piling all this shit on my kitchen table. So anyway, it was so much fun. So if you can find this game, get it. I'm telling you, get it. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was super successful. I mean, Christine you guys saw the picture, a Rubik's Cubes made out of Rice Krispie treat, which is still in the refrigerator. Yeah. So anyway, Monday I had my follow-up appointment. And I went, and the doctor kept me out until this coming Monday. I'm on my feet. Like, you guys, like Wednesday was the first day I was able to wear like a real shoe. Like I've been wearing my Birks and it's getting cold, so I had to wear socks. Not cute, but I literally don't care. And then Wednesday, I also went and actually looked at my car the first time because I went and one, to clean it out, and 2, to meet the damage adjuster guy. And I literally cried because I didn't realize how bad it was. Like my literal headlight was like sitting on top of my car. So, and then he didn't think it looked good. I also uploaded pictures to my insurance company. My adjuster didn't think it looked good, so I'm waiting on that. But I'm like stressed because I was literally nowhere, like not even thinking about getting a new car. So I didn't start doing research about anything. And now I feel rushed. Like I don't know. And Bryant is really, really good about looking into stuff like that. But when it comes to cars, and yes, I know you guys, I know it's just a car, right? And I'm very thankful that I walked away with just a sprained ankle. But I really love my car. I spend a lot of time in the car. And that's where the one thing where Brian and I differ from. He is definitely, I'll say he's much more practical than I am, but because I'm in my car so much, I'm going to say it right. I am the first to admit that I am a bougie bitch. I work very, very hard. Work very, very hard. So I feel like I deserve to treat myself. And since I'm in the car so much, I want to be very, very happy. Now, will I make some changes? Yes, I have learned things along the line. As much as I loved my car, will I be getting another Mercedes? No. Why? Well, one, mainly because of the maintenance cost when it comes time for service, because it's so flippin' expensive. yes, because it's a Mercedes, but two, there's only one Mercedes dealership in the area, which means they can charge more. And I learned this because my friend Lisa has like a little BMW X1, and there's like 3 BMW dealerships, so it's not as expensive. Plus, yeah, but anyway, plus I don't need, like, I didn't have the biggest, for anyone that cares, I had my car is a GLC 300. So it is a very, very nice size, but I don't even need something that big anymore. I could get a car. My insurance would be cheaper if I had a car, but with the craziness of traffic out here, and I'm little, I need to sit up just a little bit higher to see. Right now I traded in that large, I should say, Volkswagen Atlas because I hated it. It was too big for me. It was like driving a truck, and I was very unhappy. So I just have this little, and Buick Encore, which I hate. It's fine, but I would never buy one. It's like a subcompact. But for me to whip around and do what I have to do, plus, yeah, it's fine. But it's very heavy. It barely gets out of its own way, but it's fine. So I've always wanted a Lincoln Aviator, but I don't need it. It's too big. I don't need it. Don't need it. Bella is now driving. She put her own crap in her own car. I don't need something that big. So I have narrowed it down to the Lincoln Corsair, which is the smallest Lincoln SUV. It looks like a mini Aviator, or the BMW X1. That's what my friend Lisa has. She actually, even though it takes premium, right? Even though it takes premium, she says whatever they do, for whatever reason, it gets really, really good gas mileage. I actually thought about the Genesis, but it's too big. My friend, he has one, he loves it, but it takes 91 and it's big. I don't need something with a 25 gallon gas tank. I don't. And especially driving, and gas is expensive in California. So, yeah. But I feel rushed. I do. I feel very, very rushed. My dad just got, he just traded in, my dad had a GLE 350 Mercedes. He just traded in and got himself a new Hyundai Palisade. Why, Dad? Why do you need something that big? But he loves it, and that's all that matters. But he doesn't need it. It's so big. He's like, get that. And I was like, Dad, I don't need it. My dad and I have always like piggybacked and gotten the same car. We had the Hyundai Veracruz when they made that trash vehicle. I hated it. Then we both had Mercedes together. And then he's like, get a Palisade. I don't need it. It's too big. It is too flippin' big. I don't need it. Yeah. And then there's certain dealerships out here because they're like the only one or whatever. And they're the people that work there are like jerks. So I don't want to deal with them. Or I just don't like the car. So I've narrowed it down to the Lincoln Corsair or the X1, the BMW X1. I did think about like a Cadillac car, but they really haven't updated the interiors. My friend Cody has one. He absolutely loves it, but I don't know. I know the SUVs, they haven't really updated. Now, I'm not totally sold on the 100% electric either, and they don't have enough charging stations in my area anyway, and I'm not about to get stranded. But that Cadillac Lyriq is something fierce, let me tell you what. But anyway, the point is that I feel very, very rushed because I will only have 7 days with the insurance company paying for a rental. And I can still pay for the rental afterwards if needed. And if my car is totaled out, and I know it's going to be because I'm just a mess. It's just a mess right now. I'm out of work. The insurance company hasn't gotten the police report. I'm probably still going to have to go do that myself. I'm probably going to have to request that. I'm just kind of stressed out about it. I'm stressed about going back to work and not being able to, and have to, like, my ankle hurting. You know, I did take a vacation day today. You guys are seeing this on Friday. Instead of a no pay, even though I'm off, I took a vacation day because I had to slip in so I can get some sort of pay. Bella's got her very first college swim meet, but, you know, her shoulder's bothering her, and I'm trying to get her to freaking go back to physical therapy, and she's just like, it's fine, and I'm just worried that she's not going to have a good season. Things are just, I don't know, it's really, really stressful for me right now. And I'm forgetting a lot of stuff because of it. Like, I forgot that I bought chocolate, and then I went to Walgreens and then hit their 50% off sale. And bought more chocolate when I didn't need chocolate. So we'll see. I'm going to go and add up all the pieces of candy that I have. And maybe I can add a couple extra pieces in there for everybody's goodie bag. So I'm trying to work on that tonight. I'm packing. I have some videos to film. I really haven't diamond painted, so that stressed me out. I don't know. I'm just kind of all up in my feelings right now. And I seriously broke down and cried when I saw my car. I know. It's just a car. Right? Anyway, so on a lighter note, Wednesday night, excuse me again, Brent and I finally watched the finale, season 4 finale of Stranger Things. Now, don't ask me why, and do not come for me on why I have not watched or finished this earlier, but it is safe to say that I am literally obsessed. Obsessed with that show. Bryant was like, I knew you would be. I knew you would literally be obsessed with that show. I mean, it's in the 80s. Like, there are times on the weekends we binged watched it. But I can tell you that was probably the best season finale of any show I have ever watched. I had so much anxiety. I was on the edge of my seat, just dying watching it. Dying watching it. And with this strike, oh God, Bryant's predicting that 2025, this time 2025, is when we're going to see season 5. And that's going to be the last of it. And I'm going to be a mess. I'm like, I don't know. So I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but let me tell you, I have never ever watched a show where I literally liked almost every single character too. I loved it. Who's watched Stranger Things? Who's literally watched Stranger Things? So, you guys, I feel like there is a shift in my little world. Like, I can't get organized. I can't stay focused. So much is going on. Part of me feels like I shouldn't even be. I need my bestie time. Like, Brad is meeting me down at the swim meet. Well, he's coming up. I'm going down. We're so excited to watch Bella race. She swam the 200 IM, the 100 butterfly, and the 50 breast. 2 relays. I really, really hope that she has a good meet. I really do. My heart will literally break for her if it starts out like her entire senior year did. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. All right. So one more thing that I wanted to talk about while I remembered, and I'm in the organizing process of things. Now, if you're new, you probably don't, remember me ever saying this. And I can't believe that I've only really been talking for 20 minutes. No, I haven't. It's been longer because this is the second part. See, I can't even, whatever. So if you're new, you probably don't remember this, but I know it's been well over a year. But I think it's time for me to execute this idea that I had. So originally I wanted to do a channel membership, but I didn't think that I'd have enough time with everything going on. So I decided to wait. But I think that at the beginning of the year is when I'm going to officially launch my channel membership. Now, I don't have that much information to share with you guys, and I don't have details. All I have, seriously, is that there's going to be 3 groups and 3 different tiers, I should say, not groups. And because some of you guys are not into the dark and spooky, I didn't feel right making the group names or the tier names darker, spooky names. I didn't feel right about that at all. I didn't think it was right. So, with a little help and guidance from Maritza and Christopher, thank you, I've decided to base it off the cats. So the first group will be the Ivy group. Because Ivy is the most skittish and only likes Bella. And she makes the least amount of cameos in the videos. The second group, or tier I should say, the middle tier will be the Neo tier. Because, he does the second amount of that. And then, of course, the high tier, or the highest tier, will be the Lucifer tier. Because that baby is all up in my business and constantly has to be all up in these videos to see you guys. I kind of, I have ideas of what I want to offer. I just have to write them down and organize them. But there will be more of an official announcement for that and signups, and it will kick off the first of the year. But there'll be much more information coming out soon. Soon, I promise. But I'm excited. It probably doesn't sound like it, but I am really, really excited because I have more time now, and I'm gauging the group and what I'm going to offer based on what I've already offered and kind of the viewing and who comments and this and that, because I do have a lot more things I don't want to share, but kind of really don't want to share it with, I want to be more personable, but with the ones that are closest to me. But, well, you guys, I just needed to get this all off my chest. I'm kind of a little scatterbrained right now. And I know it's not your traditional whip and chat, so I'm probably not even going to call this a whip and chat. It's probably going to be a talk and chat, or a talk at you, or maybe I should title this the No Good Terrible Day. I don't know. I guess I have my own Stranger Things. I hope everybody had a happy Halloween. So it's officially Christmas. I still have my Halloween decorations up. They probably won't come down. I don't know when they're going to come down. Because I'm going to kind of be busy. I'm supposed to be officiating a swim meet next Saturday, but that probably isn't even going to happen. Oh! And I'm going to be a grandma again. A Nonna. I don't go by grandma. I go by Nonna, Italian. Gina, my oldest, is expecting again, and this is the last one. This time it's a boy. So I'm excited. Not sure. She's kind of stuck on the names. She originally wanted to stick with those R names. But There really aren't a lot of R names that she's thrilled about. We were starting to get sized. What about Rogelio, which is Roger in Spanish? It's Brad's stepdad's name. But yeah. So March, he's due in March, so we are excited about that. Bella has taken college classes over the summer, so I'm not sure she's going to be able to go. She did that so that way her swim season would be light, and she's only taking 3 classes next semester. But anyway, more to follow. I just want to thank you guys for listening to me, and I'm sorry this video is not super interesting, but hopefully the pictures aren't too gruesome or anything. I'll probably put like well, you'll be able to tell by the thumbnail that the pictures weren't that great to begin with. So, all right, my friends. Well, until next time, I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day. And I hope you have a great weekend. And then I'll see you in the next video. Till next time, my friends. Remember, be safe, be kind. Bye.